What's up YouTube, Laughing Pikachu here. Welcome back to another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 lamest EX cards. What do I mean by lamest EX cards? I mean EXs that I feel like really didn't deserve EXs, or EXs that I just feel like were wasted spots in sets that could have easily been replaced by better Pokemon. I realize that this list is probably going to be a little bit controversial because we all have our own opinions, so please just keep that in mind. These are just my personal opinions. If you have different opinions, feel free to share them down below in the comments. Just please be respectful to each other down below in the comments. I know videos like these can get kind of heated down in the comments, so please just be nice to everybody and it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You guys are really good for the most part though, so I'm not too worried. But anyways, yeah, just keep in mind that these are just my personal opinions of cards that I feel like didn't quite deserve to be EXs, but if you have different opinions, feel free to share them below. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So at number 10, we have Deoxys EX. So this is one of those older school EX cards. I do have old school EXs and new school EXs in this list here. But Dustox is one of those Pokemon that I just honestly forget exists half the time. And so, I don't understand why they made this an EX card. Like, for the most part, whenever they pick like interesting EXs that like aren't used often and they're given EXs, I like it. Like I like that they're giving the less popular Pokemon some attention. But in this case, I really don't understand why they did this. Dustox, personally, I hate this or I don't hate it. Hate is a strong word, but I strongly dislike this Pokemon. It seems like one of the most useless, most easily forgotten Pokemon, and I feel like they could have easily picked a different grass type Pokemon that would have been so much better to replace it, like Execute EX. That would have looked fantastic. But anyways, I feel like this is just one of those weird Pokemon that really just surprised me that when I found out that this was an EX card. The next spot at number 9 is Glalie EX. This is one of the newer Pokemon EX cards. I think this was from either Breakpoint or Breakthrough. I always get the sets confused. And the reason I'm including this Pokemon on this list is not so much because I hate Glalie, but just because, first of all, I hate how this card looks. No hate against the artist or anything, but I just, personally, I do not like the way this looks. And Glalie EX and the Glalie Full Art are possibly the two most cheapest cards in the set, making it just a super undesirable card. And again, just the artwork does not look super appealing. Glalie to begin with is not a super popular Pokemon, and overall I feel like there were some better Pokemon that they could have picked for a water type, such as like a Meloetta EX and a Milotic Flora. Like that would have looked fantastic. Or even like, I don't know, a Floatzel EX. Like I think Floatzel EX and no, I know Floatzel EX had a level X card and Milotic EX had an old school EX card, but still I feel like it would have been cool to see those in the newer form of Ultra Rares. And I feel like that was a missed opportunity, and Glalie sort of took the spot of a Pokemon that could have been a lot better. Next up, we have the Deoxys EX. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Deoxys. Deoxys is possibly one of I'm pretty sure Deoxys is in the top 10 favorite legendary Pokemon that I have. But I feel like Deoxys EX is such an overused Pokemon. There was one set that had just the whole set was just full of Deoxys EXs, and then on top of that, now in this Pop Series 4 set, they decided to print a Deoxys, and this Deoxys is not like a hollow Deoxys, it's not like shiny or anything, it just looks like a regular card, and I feel like that really takes away from EXs. EXs and Ultra Rares are supposed to look special, they're supposed to look really cool and really appealing by putting on these hollow patterns, and they're super shiny and just they look awesome, and this Deoxys right here just doesn't look like one of those typical EX cards. It's like a regular rare looking card, and it's not super awesome. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this I was like, why would they even make this? Like, it doesn't look cool. Why would someone want this? Like, I would much rather have a Deoxys from one of the actual sets, and this is essentially like a reprint of one of those Deoxyses, and it's, in my opinion, I really don't like it. I just don't think it's cool. Next up, we have the Magcargo EX. So again, a lot of these old school Pokemon I honestly forgot existed. Magcargo EX is one of those that, I mean, I know when I see the name, when I see the Pokemon, yeah, I know what it is, but when I think of Pokemon, Magcargo is not one of the first Pokemon that comes to mind. And usually when we think of EX cards and ultra rare cards, we think of Pokemon that are really epic and strong and powerful. And Magcargo is just not a Pokemon that I would ever imagine as an EX. It's like a weak fire slug thing. why would Pokemon decide to make that an EX? Like, Macargo, the concept of Macargo is really cool, and I like it. But I don't feel like it really was deserving of an EX, and they could have potentially picked a whole bunch of different cards. Next up is going to be a card that surprises you. I don't like this Ho-Oh EX. Now, don't get me wrong, this Ho-Oh EX right here, the one from Pop 3 that was all shiny and awesome, looks fantastic. Ho-Oh is either I think it's like my third favorite legendary Pokemon. I love this card right here, but why was it necessary to make a non-holo in the exact same set? These are both from Pop Series 3. Why was it necessary to also print a regular version of this Ho-Oh EX? Why didn't they just keep the shiny version, or the, you know, like the holo-y version of Ho-Oh EX? Like, that was good enough. Why was it necessary to print two? Like, I just feel like it was one, so that's why I think that this is one of the lamest EX cards right here. This Ho-Oh EX right here, number 17 out of 17 of Pop Series 3. I don't understand why they did it. Why was that necessary? I feel like it was just stupid. I'm sorry. Next up is this card right here. This is a Mewtwo EX. Now, the reason I don't like this card is not so much because I hate the artwork, because by the way, I think the artwork on this card looks fantastic, but I feel like it's a useless EX card. For those of you who don't know, right before this Mewtwo EX tin was released, we had a set that was just centered around Mewtwo. We had two Mewtwo EXs, two Mewtwo Full Arts, two Mega Mewtwo Full Arts, and two Mewtwo Secret Rare Full Arts, making a total of 8 Mewtwo Ultra Rares in one set. And then right after that, I think it was like a month or two after that set was released, where we just had 8 Mewtwo Ultra Rares, they decided to release yet another Mewtwo card as a tin, this Mewtwo EX, and like it had the exact same attacks. I don't understand why they printed it. I feel like Pokemon really tends to just overuse Pokemon sometimes, and Mewtwo is an example of one. Why was it necessary to print this card again? And on top of that, this was originally released as a Japanese promo card, and there were 2 different versions of it. So, if there are 2 different versions in Japanese, if you're going to release it in English, why do you only release one of them? Personally, like, if you're going to release stuff in Japanese, I feel like every single Japanese product that they have, like, we should get it in English as well, because it makes it really hard for collectors, like for like myself personally. I try to collect all of the full arts, and there's so many exclusive like Japanese full arts, and I feel like in the US we should be getting them too, but we don't, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of frustrating. So anyways, that's why I picked Mewtwo EX on this list. At number 4, we have Meloetta EX. Now, I know Meloetta is a really cool legendary Pokemon, and for some of you guys, it might even be your favorite legendary Pokemon. But the reason I have put this on this list is because it's pretty much one of the most annoying ultra rares to pull, because it is so cheap. Nobody likes it because its value is so low. It is the least expensive ultra rare from Legendary Treasures. It's one of the few Radiant Collection cards that was given an ultra rare but not a full art, which is extremely annoying. Well, there's also, on top of that, there's a Meloetta Full Art and a Meloetta EX. Why is that necessary? Like, for example, in Legendary Treasures, they gave us a Shaman Full Art, but they didn't give us a Shaman EX. They gave us a Mewtwo Full Art, but they didn't give us they gave us a Mew Full Art, but they didn't give us a Mew EX. So why was it necessary for them to give us a Meloetta Full Art and a Meloetta EX in the exact same set? It's annoying. This card is worth like $1 or $2, and it's one of the least expensive ultra rares, and so it's just gotten to a point where like whenever somebody pulls this card, like, not gonna lie, they get a little bit disappointed, because it's one of those ultra rares that nobody really wants to pull. So anyways, that's why I put it on the list. At number 3, we have Florence EX. Now, I know there are a couple of Florence EX fans out there, but for the most part, nobody likes Florges as a Pokemon. So I don't understand why they picked it as an ultra rare. It's like, that would be like saying picking a monkey as an ultra rare. Like, it's just something that Pokemon shouldn't do, because this Pokemon has gotten so much hate. Nobody likes it. Why would they pick it as an ultra rare? I don't understand. Number 2, I'm actually like very passionate about this one. I don't like this card right here. That is because literally like a month before, they released this card right here, the green version of Rayquaza EX, and then Pokemon decided, hey, I want to make some more money. Why don't I release another one as a shiny version, and then make people pay another $20 or $25 to get a box, and then I make so much more money, because guess what? Now I get to sell 2 of this product, It's just why Pokemon? Why didn't you just originally release the shiny version, and why did you release this one? Like, you could have released this one in a set, or just not released it at all. Why did you have to release two of the exact same card? You literally just changed the color of Rayquaza and made us pay another $20 to get this promo card in the Rayquaza EX box. Like, it was just one of the most annoying, most frustrating things where I really just saw Pokemon trying to just make money off of us, and that's really annoying. Like, I mean, obviously they're always trying to think of ways to make money off of us, but this was one of the moments where I just got really frustrated. Like, I feel like they should have told us before releasing the regular Rayquaza EX box that they were going to be releasing a shiny one, so that people wouldn't go out and buy the regular one and then a month later be like, oh wait, there's a shiny one, I kind of want that more, what do I do? It was annoying and it was frustrating. And the final card, spot number 1, the most useless, most annoying ultra rare is Gardevoir EX. Now, this is going to surprise some of you guys, but let me explain. So, for those of you who don't know, Gardevoir has gotten a total of 14 ultra rare cards. There was a Gardevoir EX in EX Dragon Frontiers. There was also a Gardevoir EX in EX Sandstorm. And then on top of that, they printed the Gardevoir EX in the World Championship deck. The Gardevoir EX from Sandstorm was reprinted as a World Champ, so that makes a total of 3. And then in Steam Siege, we got it as an EX, a Full Art, a Mega Full Art, a Secret Rare. Like, just why? And then on top of that, Generations, we got the Full Art, the Mega Full Art, as well as the EX and the... No, sorry, hold up. Generations, we just got it as a Full Art and a Mega. And then in Primal Clash, we got it as an EX, a Full Art, a Mega, and a Mega Full Art. Sorry if that sounded really confusing. The point I'm trying to make is there are a total of 14 Gardevoir Ultra Rare cards. Why is that necessary? Why do we need 14 of an ultra rare? Like, honestly, even if this was Pikachu, like, I would be annoyed. Like, even if it was a Pikachu, my favorite Pokemon ever created, I wouldn't want to see 14 Pikachu ultra rare cards created. Like, it's so annoying. Like, why was this necessary? And on top of that, the Full Art card from this Steam Siege set looks like exactly the same as the Gardevoir Full Art from Primal Clash. Like, it's just, at least make some interesting artwork. Like, it literally looked the exact same. They both had, like, the purple background, and it was annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of disappointed when I saw that Gardevoir EX made it into the Steam Siege set, because I feel like there were so many other Pokemon that could have taken its place, and Pokemon just really likes to repeat specific Pokemon over and over again. And it's just, I don't understand why they do it. But anyways, with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this list. Again, feel free to share your thoughts down below in the comments. And with that being said, I'm really excited for how the GX Pokemon cards are going to look. Not only because it's going to be bringing a new type of Ultra Rare to the sets, but also because now that Sun and Moon is going to be releasing with the GX cards, hopefully we will be seeing some interesting, unusual Pokemon getting some EXs. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of the new Ultra Rares that are going to be coming out. So hopefully this list of terrible ultra rares gets you even more excited for the upcoming ones. But with that being said, that's going to do it for today's video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't ever be ashamed to be you, because you are your own type of beautiful. Bye, guys!